DML commands are data management commands. They allow you to add rows to a table, update values in a row, and remove rows from tables. They allow you to edit data, but you cannot change the structure of tables. The insert command is used to insert data. The keyword in the command is followed by the table name, a list of columns in which values will be inserted, and a list of rows to be inserted. The order of the columns in each of the added rows must match the order specified next to the table name. If not, it must match the order of the columns specified when the table was created. If not all columns are specified, the rest will get default values. Usually, this is null. Let's see how the data is inserted into the table. For example, let's take a table of cities and check if the city of Minsk is there. As you can see, there is no such city on the table, so let's add it. You can see that the table contains a column country ID, so you need to look at the country table and check if there is Belarus. And the country ID is 13. Let's mark it in the comments. And now we put the city of Minsk at the city table. The columns we're interested in are city ID is the city identifier, city is its name, country ID is the country identifier. Let's look at the data types of the city table. We can see the script that created the table. Columns city and country ID have string and integer data types, respectively, and we have to insert them. The last update column has a default value equal to the current date, so we will not insert it. The city ID column has the data type serial, meaning it will get an automatic value generated by the sequence, and we won't insert it as well. So in the city table for columns city and country ID, we will insert the following values. For city, the city of Minsk, and country ID 13. Run the script. We see that it worked successfully and the transaction can be committed. And now look at the city table. Now filter out our query for country Belarus, country ID 13. So we can see that there is a new row in the table with Minsk city. Also notice that values in columns city ID and last update are filled automatically. You can also use the result of a query to insert data. In this case, the result of the select command will be inserted into the specified table. The column order must be followed here as well. Let's add one more city for the country of Belarus, for example Grodno. We don't need to know the country identifier if we know its name. We can rewrite the insert as follows. We select from the country table where the country name is Belarus. This query will automatically pick up the country's identifier from the country table. And now we insert the necessary values, the city of Grodno and the country ID from the country table for the country identifier. The rest of the fields will be automatically taken up. Execute the query. It worked successfully. It can be committed. And see the result. Now check if there is a new row in the table city. Perform a simple query and see that a new record for the city of Grodno appeared, and the city ID and last update were automatically inserted. In case you want to get the result of DML operations, such as the number of rows processed, you can use the special keyword returning. Note that this command only works on the rows affected by the DML command, not on the whole table. Using it, you can, for example, get the ID of the last inserted record. If we wanted to know the city ID of the city we inserted, we would add the keyword returning and specify the column we were inserted in. In this case, it is city ID. That is, the city ID field would be taken out of the summary record and returned to us. Let's insert one more city, Brest, and see how the insertion behaves in this case. Note that this time, insert acts like select and returns us the result, the new city ID. So we see that the city ID for Brest is 606. Let's look at the city table, whether it is really so. And yes, we see that for the city of Brest, ID is 606.